understand me, and I think I understand you, 'cause you're my friend. You're my friend. You're my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend, friend. Gonna stick with you.
Hello and welcome to the first set of video reviews from Cry Me a Torch Song. My name's Piers Ford and we've just been listening to Rosie Nimmo singing It's So Good to Be Your Friend from her latest album, Scrapbook. Scrapbook is Rosie's third album actually after Lazy and Mellow and Home. And it's a really interesting collection from this quietly understated Edinburgh singer-songwriter. Don't be deceived by the gentle tones of Rosie's singing. There's a lot of fire in these lyrics, and I think she reminds me quite a bit of those troubadours from the 1960s and 70s. You can definitely hear the influences of Joni Mitchell, Tom Waits and Leonard Cohen, among many others. But she is very much her own voice, and it's a determined voice as well. It never tips into earnestness. There's a freshness there that's all her own, and you can definitely detect the underlying anger, I guess. Certainly that might be too strong, but I think there is anger in some of these lyrics, and disquiet perhaps about the state of the world. It's a set of songs exploring intimacy and friendship and people's places in the world. There are some big themes at work here, and never more so than in Clouds Colliding, which is inspired by the plight of refugees around the world. Could hardly be more pertinent right now. And I think that's one of the things that really strikes me. There's an integrity about Rosie Nimmo's singing and indeed her songwriting, her lyrics, which absolutely is crystal clear throughout this collection. It's thought-provoking. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of upbeat material on here, as we've just heard, with It's So Good to Be Your Friend. But there's also some really thought-provoking content, and I think it's really well worth a listen. We're just going to hear a little bit from another track, No Money, which I think it's fair to say is Rosie's take on the old Buddy, Can You Spare a Dime? So that could hardly be more timely or more pertinent these days as well.
Got no money, you can't eat. Got no money, you can't sleep. No money, you can't play. With no money, you can't pay. Got no dollars, no cents or rupees, no sterling, some kind of disease. Got no money, it's a worm in your brain. All this worry's gonna drive you insane.
Well, that was No Money, a bit of blues from Rosie Nimmo's album Scrapbook. And so now to something a little bit different from that, to what we might call, in a very cliched way, 1960s survivors, comparing and contrasting new albums from Petula Clark and Marianne Faithfull. Both 60s figures in their own way, but also so much more to both of them than that. I think it probably gets rather tiresome to be referred to as a 1960s singer. So let's just remember that for Petula Clark, the 60s were really just a phase in a very, very long and extraordinary career that's now into its 8th decade. Long before Downtown, she was a child star, child singer and actress, and a British film star, becoming a pop singer in the 1950s. Could easily have gone down the novelty numbers route and become a kind of alternative Alma Cogan. Thank goodness that didn't actually happen. She went to France and acquired a French husband, and really very interesting French chanson sensibilities that really informed her singing, development of her singing as a pop singer. And I think you can even today hear those influences. You can hear a bit of Piaf in Petula Clark's interpretations of so many songs. And this new album, From Now On, I think it really encapsulates how difficult it is to compartmentalise her. One thing that's really often overlooked about Petula Clark is her qualities as a songwriter in her own right, and there's ample evidence of this on From Now On. She's always ploughed her own furrow, and I think that in a way this album, which is her second with John Owen Williams, the previous one was Lost in You, I think this really does take their story a stage further in a very interesting way. She's always on a mission to discover new music and sing new songs. She's got a very, very useful partner in that, in John Owen Williams, very sympathetic producer who really, on this second album, I think has kind of found new ways to embrace the unique sound, those particular vowels that really denote that you're listening to a Petula Clark track. And I think some of the songs on here, Sacrifice My Heart, which is what we'll listen to a snippet from in a minute, swirling, dramatic, really contemporary, reminiscent for me of the work that, for example, the Pet Shop Boys did with Dusty Springfield and Liza Minnelli back in the 1980s. It's got that feel about it, but you can only achieve that if you really understand your singer's tone and approach to their craft. And I think certainly John Williams demonstrates that he's really in tune with Petula Clark here. There are other tracks just as stand out, Sincerely, it's edgy and unsettling. In a way, I think the covers of Fever and Songbird, and even Steve Winwood's While You See a Chance, they add nice touches to the album. But the really interesting things are the new songs, and I think it's quite moving to hear really how she's been able to still keep that sound going after such a long career, and to still be going out there delivering the kind of powerhouse performances that she does. Absolutely fascinating. So let's have a quick listen to a bit of the standout track for me, and which was the first single on this album, which is Sacrifice My Heart.
I tried so hard to feel alive, like a flame without a light, searching, calling out of my mind, and in the dark I could not see, yet you found your way to me, burning brightly. So this could be forever, or tear us both apart. For this one chance together, I'll sacrifice my heart.
Okay, so that was just a little clip from Sacrifice My Heart, which is a really, really good addition to the Petula Clark catalogue, I think. So, now for something really just as poignant for me, poignant in its own way. And that's this rather wonderful new album from Marianne Faithfull. It's called No Exit, and it's a collection of live performances from her 2014 tour, and also this year's In the Round performance at the Roundhouse, where she last appeared in an acting role, I think 50 years ago, nearly 50 years ago. It's been another long career with some well documented interruptions, but this is an expertly conceived package. It also includes some DVD footage from the concerts. Poignantly for me, I mean, the critics noticed or noted Marianne's physical frailty earlier this year when she did some gigs at Ronnie Scott's, and she, it just really emphasises what a survivor she is, and she may well not like that term very much, but the fact is that even through the troubled years, Marianne Faithfull has always taken her work very, very seriously. And I think this album is just the perfect summary of that, really. It shows the attention to detail that she's always paid. So there's a great opening track written with Anna Calvi, and
have I found myself in this place without a reason or excuses? Too many times to go round and round in Spain, looking for something, looking for someone, looking for you. Looking for you, looking for you.
I think it's a great song, and it's just really, really full of life. But we've got also As Tears Go By, and of course the Ballad of Lucy Jordan, Sister Morphine. Her classics are on here, but there's a nod back to the young woman and the woman who originally sang those songs. But for me, she's never actually sounded better than she does on this album. It's really well produced. She told me once in an interview that she knew her voice was an acquired taste, but here it is in all its glory. Of course, there's that smoky timbre, which might seem like an understatement as a way to describe it, but the way she brings all that pathos and self-knowledge to these lyrics is quite extraordinary. I think even if the voice isn't to your taste, as a lesson in interpretation of songs and song lyrics, you really couldn't beat this. So congratulations actually to Marianne Faithfull for what is really an excellent and beautifully conceived summary of her career so far. I'm sure there's more work to come, but this is a really fitting pause, if you like, and I thoroughly recommend it. And let's just hear a little bit from this, which could almost be the definitive version now of As Tears Go By.
As tears go by.
It is the evening of the day. I sit and watch the children play. Smiling faces I can see, but not for me. I sit and watch as tears go by.
Well, that was 3 recommendations from Crimea Torch Song. And next time I'm going to be looking at new releases from Ange Hardy and Katie Mellower, and also taking a look at Joan Ellison's Retrophonic Gershwin, which has been out for a little while, but I've been listening to a lot recently. So let me know what you think. Do get in touch, and also let me know if there are any albums you think I should be reviewing over the next few months. And thanks for watching.